This video is going to be an overview of the new Mania TV guide. I wish I could say it'd be a quick overview, but it's not going to be. So if you've got the attention span of a sloth or a fruit fly, you might want to pace yourself here, because it's going to be quite long. I'm going to go through quite a lot of stuff. So this is the main screen, and what we've got here is the channels down here, down on the left, with their numbers and the logos. And the programs, whatever's on here, if you highlight it, it changes down below what you see. We've got what I call the program bar, which tells you which channel you've got highlighted, what that program is and when it's on. You've got a little, sometimes you've got a little picture of that program, or it can have the video playing in there. It's called the PIP, picture in picture. We've got the description of whatever program you're hovering over. Obviously we've got the clock, how long that program's on for, you know, how long's left or how long before it starts. And down the bottom we've got the menu buttons. So let's talk about what you do to get it to work. Quite simply, you highlight your program that you want to see and you press your play button or your OK button. Here on the PC I'm just going to click as normal, and you're given a choice. Sometimes you're given a choice of what stream you want to watch. HD is probably the one that most people go for. Maybe go for the Scotland one now and again, depending if it's time for the news. And if you've got a not so good connection, you maybe go for the SD one. Now I'll pick HD here. Now it starts, I've got everything turned down, so I'm going to press X on my keyboard and stop it. Takes us back to the guide. Now if I've just put on a new frequently asked question and answer of how you get the choice for the stream every time. Because right now if I go and click on breakfast again, it's just going to play the choice that I've just made. If you just double tap it, I'm going to do it on a keyboard with the P key, you get the choice every time. So that's that answer, that's how you get that choice. And let's have a look at Scotland this time. And boom, there we go, that's actual Scottish news. Good morning, Sally. So right now I'm going to talk about invisible buttons, or invisible buttons if you're French, but don't be French. Now this is how you're going to use it if you're on a tablet or an iPad or some kind of pad or whatever, because you've just got your big fat fingers, or is that just me? So let's pretend that my cursor here, my PC mouse cursor, is your finger. And we'll talk about the invisible buttons. Now, no matter how many channels you've got showing here, you can have 6, you can have 1, you can have 16, it doesn't matter. I've split it in half, so, you know, if you've got 8 before at the top, 4 at the bottom. Split into 2 invisible buttons, you've got your top half, and you've got your bottom half. And if you press anywhere in the bottom half, it'll move the guide down, like so. Or up, I'll move it back up. So that's your invisible buttons and how to move a guide up and down. In the description text, we've got 3 invisible buttons. We've got one here on the left hand side. Tried to make it intuitive, so the left hand side will move the guide backwards. Right hand side will move it forward, and my computer's struggling because I'm filming this. And in the middle we've got a now button, which takes you back to right now. So you've got 3 invisible buttons there. So if you're on your pad, just press away. You've got your buttons down here which you can press. We've also got invisible buttons up here where you see the date, and you can move 24 hours at a time. back, forward and back, and of course you've always got a invisible button here where it'll take you right back to today. Now even if you're right down the bottom of the guide, if you click there it'll take you back up to BBC One 2, so it's like a home button. Now I've actually got invisible buttons everywhere, and they're in all parts of the guide. The on-screen display pops up, that's got invisible buttons. When you're actually watching the video, that's got invisible buttons. In fact, let's take a look at that just now. Put on BBC again. Turn that down. Right, so the invisible button's on the screen. If you press, it's round about here, you'll get the on-screen display. If you press on the left, you get the menu page. If you press on round about the middle, you'll get your now and next. If you press on the right here, it'll go back to the guide. I won't do that right now. If you press right down the bottom, you get the mini guide, a mini EPG. And if you go right up the top and press, it'll give you your Kodi access. Shut up. Where you can change your, all your normal stuff. Now I'm going to talk about my favourite part of the guide, which is channel numbers. Now, when you were all waiting for the guide to come out, I'd been playing with it for ages, obviously, and this is definitely my favourite part. Now, for the most part, I've used the naming convention, or the numbering convention, that Sky uses. So if you've got Sky, or you had Sky, whatever, you'll be familiar with most of the channel numbers. Obviously, Ultimate Mania has got a lot more channels than what Sky offers, so in some places, for some channels, I've just had to make up a channel number, but that's nothing to complain about. So what you're going to need to use the channel numbers, not correctly but efficiently, is a remote control with a number pad. If you've got one of these, you're going to love the numbering system. It makes rearranging channels, adding categories, makes it all completely pointless. You don't need it. If you just get a remote, a cheap remote, with a number pad on it, you'll be laughing. So we start at BBC One, it's 101 and 102. Now, if you know Sky, you know that the movies start at 301, so you can just type in and look at the centre top of the screen up here. 301 takes you right to the movie, or the beginning of the movie section. 401 is sports, smashing. 501 is news. 601 is kids, again the beginning of the kids at least. 701 and 801 I've still to think about and do. I've got a 901, good day mate, and that's obviously where the Ozymandias starts. But rather than scroll and up and down, just 101. Boom. Right back to the top. Now when you're watching a stream, you can just type in whatever number, and rather than come back to the guide or anything like that, it'll just change the channel. So if you're watching BBC One, you go, I wonder what's on Sky Premier. If you just type in 301, it'll just start. Awesome. So again, for instance, another quick thing, I wonder what's on, or see you know what's on Sky Sports main event right now, which is 401. You just press 401 and then enter. Boom. It's beautiful. So that's definitely my favourite thing. Get yourself a good remote. So I'm going to jump on to the menu bar for a little bit, talk about categories and some of the stuff that's on there. So the menu bar comes down the bottom. If you've got a menu button on your remote, just press that. if you've got your big fat finger still, just anywhere down here. See where it changes from white to grey. As soon as you see it going white, boom, and that will come up. So just anywhere down there. Another invisible button. And quickly, this is the Ultimate Mania guide, by the way. So we've got sports on demand, movies on demand, the calendars, which I think we're having a little bit of trouble with at the moment. Still not decided what's going in there yet. We've got our now and next buttons, which I'll go over in a little bit. And I'll go over these in a little bit as well. That takes you to BBC One 101, no matter where you are. That's your now button, which will correct us, you know, the line of where we are. That will kind of correct that in case it's over here or something. That's another way to type in directly channel numbers. And whatever number you press, it'll just start. The search function, which is another one of my favourites. It's really quite powerful. I'm going to do a video by itself just for that. So I'll want to talk about categories for now. And you'll see mine's is empty. Again, because this is the Ultimate Mania one. And the Ultimate Mania guide is still on 0.7 version at the minute. The new Sports Mania and Mania HD guides are on 0.8. And they've got much better categories, I think. And I'm going to do that for Ultimate Mania. But I've not got it just now. But imagine they're there, okay? So let's think of a scenario where categories comes into its own. So say you've got a kid, we'll call him Ben, and Ben's up in the morning before you, which can be kind of tricky because some of the American channels are still at night time, and little Ben might see some stuff that, you know, he shouldn't be seeing. So we're going to make our own category for Ben, and we'll switch to that before we go to bed. So when little Ben gets up in the morning, the guide will start in little Ben's new category. Now the thing with the already existing category of the kids is it just gives you the kids section from 601 and the Kids Mania stuff, but there's actually more that you're okay with him watching. So let's create a new category. So we will right click or long press and we'll add the category, and we will call him Ben. Oh, there's the other ones come in. So we'll go to Ben and we will add channels, and here we can decide what Ben gets to see. So obviously we can add in, and I'll show you what happens when you add them, just they turn orange. We can add in all the kids ones, but you might want to give them Sky Movies Disney. And that would be fair enough, I think. I don't think there's ever anything too dodgy on that. Oh, let's take a look down. See, they're in alphabetical order, obviously, which isn't ideal. I'm pretty sure he gets to watch Barney the Dinosaur, so we'll give him that one. Cartoon Networks. Cartoonito. You get the idea. So we'll add in all the channels that little Ben gets to see, and we'll click OK. And then before we go to bed, we can select Ben's, and obviously I only picked 4 there, but you get the idea. And then you switch off your machine, and when little Ben gets up in the morning, switches it on, it's going to start with Ben's category, so he only gets the channels that he gets to see. Okay, so realistically little Ben's probably figured out how to do categories, and you can get back, you know, you press all channels and get back in or whatever, but you get the idea. If they're young enough, this will work for you. But hopefully from that you'll gather you can even do one for, you know, your favourite lady. Set up our own category for her. This makes things easier for people who just want what they want and don't want to learn anything new. Take the time, make your own categories, it's all good. This video is getting kind of long now, so I'm going to stop it. Now I realise there's lots of stuff that you've probably seen that I've not even touched on today. But my plan is to make individual videos about certain features. And we'll do categories more. The search function, the back end, how to sort problems, stuff like that. So make sure you're subscribed so you get notified when new videos go up. Although if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook and stuff like that, then you'll know, because I'll post when the videos go up. Just before I go, I want to mention the website. The guide has its own support site. It's just mania.guide. So that's the address. And we've got lots of stuff going on there. You can submit. If you see something on the guide that's out of sync, it's not the program that's on, or it's 2 hours behind or whatever, you can submit it here and I can get it changed. Oh, I forgot about that. Today's top pick, Super Cup. Looking forward to that. And here it takes you, normally I'll have a list of everything that I like the look of today, but it's only the Real Madrid Man U game today, I think. We've got guide updates. Every time there's an update we get a hot chick. It's a rule, nothing to do with me. I'm just following the rules. And we've even got a little scrolling badge thing. Do you know why that's there? Because I wanted it. It doesn't do anything. It's completely useless. I just wanted it. So also, there's another thing if you're having problems with the guide. If you can get to this page, down here, it lets you know the state of the server where you get all your stuff from. It's online just now. If there was a problem, that would be red and it would say offline, so that's always somewhere you can check. If you want to, join the forum. We've only really just started this, but it's hopefully a place where we can get all the common answers and some knowledge where you could be able to check. You wouldn't even have to contact me. At least that's the idea. I've also got an FAQ section that gives you the... As I get asked, I'll add the questions and the answers. So it's another good place to check. We've also got live chat, but I'm not going to press that just now because I have no idea what's in it. Could be swear words. Oh no! That is something to remember. The website is over 18s, so there might be a swear word. So if you've got little princess ears, like some of you in the Facebook group, just stay away, please. So that's it. That'll definitely do us for now. Like I say, if you subscribe, then you'll get notified on YouTube when new ones go up. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook and all that bollocks. So there's loads of ways of getting in touch if you need to. But for now, that's all. See you in the next video. Bye.